on the Wado Radio Show.
Yes, it's DJ Wado. It's the Wado Radio Show. It's more than music. It's ministry. And we got the man on the theme song on the line with us, man. Christon Gray. What's up, brother?
You already know what it is. I had to come back home.
Hey, man, and we appreciate that, brother. We appreciate that, man, because you've been out and about all over the country promoting this new record, man.
Yes, sir. But you already know where you get all the exclusives. So bring out all the good stuff.
Man, how's it feel to kind of have, like, I remember you said something to me before when we was talking about this new situation with For Your Soul, and you was just like, this is another chance for me to make a first impression, and it might be my last. You know what I'm saying? Just in terms of with a new audience, man. And I just wanted to, since the album is out now, man, how did that feel this time around, bro?
I think it was great. I think we did it by the grace of God. We opened up some new horizons for people to not be surprised by. Like, in other words, in the future, I could end up doing some of the same types of songs. Maybe not all on the same project. Who knows? I mean, I hope people are starting to see the span of inspiration in my music, and for the first time, I felt like I was able to get everything out without feeling like I overloaded. Yeah, so it's just a challenge. You couple being a rapper and a singer, with being a musician and a producer, and loving multiple genres, and being a Christian. Trying to figure that out kind of takes some time. So
yeah, this definitely, I think, this felt like an evolution from School of Roses, bro. Like, this felt like,
that way.
Yeah, like the next level. Like, there was definitely a progression. Like, more musicality. The writing was a little different. You know what I mean? But it was like an evolution, bro.
Yeah, it was. I mean, for simple the fact that I had a different team, and probably a bigger team. Yeah. Bigger from the standpoint of again, just span of knowledge and inspiration, not necessarily in numbers. But yeah, we went all over the place, and then I didn't have to do it by myself. School of Roses, a lot of the writing and stuff was really just me getting it out of my head. This one was different. I had some other people helping to think for me. So that just means you got to be in the room on the next one, homie. And we got work to do too. I still got your text, and I'm open for you.
Man, I appreciate that, brother. I mean, listen, man. Like, with artists, it's crazy around right before you finish the actual music, and then the whole promotional rollout is like, schedules is nuts, brother. So it's all good in the hood. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I've been known as the clutch dude who comes in when there's 4 seconds left.
You hit the three. You hit the Steph Curry three.
I don't know about all that, and I don't want to really keep that theory. I might be feeling a little more like LeBron nowadays, but you know how we doing the O.
I feel you. But speaking
on until it ain't.
Well, man, speaking of Steph Curry, I know one thing I've been seeing going crazy on my Facebook timeline and on Twitter is these placements you've been getting on ESPN, bro.
Yeah. Good friend Darren Haynes is an anchor at ESPN. You already knew about the Broussard Connect. That's the homie.
Yeah.
But Darren Haynes, approached me, and he had been trying to use Open Door about a year or so ago for OSU versus Michigan State week, and just wasn't able to get a hold of me. And so my old publicist contacts me and put me through to him, and he was really excited about my music, and really he showed it to the lead guy at ESPN. They decided to make me Artist of the Month for March and showcase 3 songs from the Glory album before we even dropped the record, bro.
Man,
so it's been going nuts to see that.
I didn't even know ESPN had like a lead artist of the month. I didn't even know that was possible.
I didn't know that either, bro. I didn't know. I just knew that it was kind of like the Super Bowl thing when we found out that we were gonna have that placement. It's like you hear about it, but you don't want to get your hopes up. because you don't know if it's all the way going to go through. Like once paperwork and stuff starts getting tossed around,
sure.
And then next thing you know, you look up and somebody tweeting about the joint. You like, hold on, everybody. So it's been cool, man. It's humbling.
Yeah. So I got to ask you this, man. I think particularly a lot of fans, people that really love the We Live as Kings movement, and now it's like you're gone, Swoop's gone, and it's like, you know, everybody's still kind of moving in their directions and seeming to be doing well. But just, man, for you, like, how did this whole situation even feel, not necessarily doing this record, you know, with Collision, given just how big the We Live as Kings thing got and you know, how well, School of Roses did?
Well, I mean, you know, I'm like quick. I mean, for me personally, when it comes down to the guys, like, I'm glad that we still have relationships, all of us. And I'm looking forward to doing more music with them in the future. You know, I said when I left, the first thing I said was I want to just still be a brother, and I still want to make a We Live as Kings too, and help out on any music. You know how much involvement I had on some of those projects, bro. Like,
yep.
It was organic for us. It was easy. So you know, Dre's next record, Alex's next record, Swoop's next record, Corey, whoever, man, like, they know the drill. Like, it's all love over here. I'm ready to get down. The album's done. What's good? If they want to drop We Live as Kings next week, I'm here. That might be a little soon, but we have about the same amount of time to roll out anyway.
I was going to say, y'all did the first one real quick though, right?
And not in the same location, so hopefully the chemistry should be interesting. I mean, on another note, I knew I wasn't going to be there forever. You know what I'm saying? And the short time I was there, I put in a lot of work. You got to think from Body Art to from Wake Up to Body Art to all the projects to School of Roses. Like, it was a lot of work, but I was glad for something new, something. What I feel in the span of my career it was a better move. It was a progressive move. It wasn't lateral. So we'll keep it moving and see where it goes from here.
So let me ask you this too, man. Just on this whole record label thing, I feel like you, along with like NF, D1, there's some others, you know, Social Club's about to do something. Gibbs about to do something. But you guys are like now in this major label system, which to an extent is kind of new territory for people from our community. You know, Reach got the distribution deal with Sony too, so I guess there's something there too. But how is that process different? Because it's like, you know, you got the For Your Soul thing, but then they're distributed through Sony, and so you got, you know, different resources and all of that stuff now, man. So, you know, just how's that whole vibe for you, bro?
You know, I think that for a lot of people, you know, adjusting to being on a major label is something you can't front about. Like, it's not easy. You know, I think sometimes people they get in things and then they figure out what they're in. That's the course of a lot of artists. And so for me, like, I can say that the genuine nature of somebody like Kirk Franklin has been and still is a good stake in where I am right now. In other words, like, he's been consistent, and I'm glad to know that, like, you know, he meant what he said. And so that's because relationships are everything for me. You know, the entertainment industry can be a field of dreams that can turn into nightmares, but you have to really find the real players that care about you. I think working with the team has been challenging, but it's been worth it. Working with RCA has been, you know, it's been a blessing to have major resources to help me do something that I couldn't do on my own. Yeah. And then also to learn the system. I learned three things, and I'll say this and be done. I've learned to love the music, to learn the business, and to outsmart the industry. So, you know, and that's not to say that being a part of a major is like an industry I have to outsmart. It's to say that there's challenges that come along with it, and you learn that you know, following protocol and understanding how the game works is really going to be beneficial for rolling out something that's genuine. So yeah, it's been great. And I tend to ride the highs high and ride the lows low. So the fact that I'm still here, I must be doing okay.
That's good, bro. Man, let's talk about some of the music on the record, man. One thing I gotta say, I love the honesty and the transparency that you seem to write with. You know what I'm saying? And I know for a long, long time in the Christian space, we would never expose our flaws, our vulnerabilities, the stuff we wrestling with. And obviously you did a lot of that on School of Roses. And there's a lot of that even on this album, bro.
Yeah. I think the first half is a continuation of School of Roses because I feel like School of Roses left unanswered. You know what I'm saying? Like you didn't really, even Arena was like kind of a solemn, like sad worship song with an epic beat. You know what I'm saying? Like it didn't really resolve. But the first half of the Glory album is like where I currently am in my journey to glory. And then the second half is going from glory to glory. You know what I'm saying? And you see much more redemption in that second half. So I think if School of Roses was me trying to prove to people that you can be honest about your darkest issues, then this album was me saying that you can be honest about all of it. You know what I'm saying? Like even your high points, and even when you feel like you're transitioning into a better space, like on a record like Follow You, it's like you still have doubt, but you've still decided to follow them. Like you find that through the record, just a thread of consistent honesty. Man, I don't know how to make music any other way. Wait, I don't.
Well, man, I mean, listen, bro. Like, don't start going with the formulas, man. You know,
I can't do it, man. I teach discipleship classes the same way, man. That's how I grew up. You know, you met Art, you seen the fam, you seen who I roll with, man. Cats keep it G.
No, that's you got to, man. And I mean, listen, I'll say this, man. Like, I didn't hear a lot of criticism about School of Roses, but one thing some people did say was, "Yo, I felt like the loop wasn't closed. Like there was the struggles, but there wasn't always the answers." And that's what I was saying when I felt like this was the evolution, because this now brought everything full circle. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I know our job as Christians are to give people the gospel, which is good news. So giving somebody something that doesn't necessarily feel like it translates into good news, I can understand why it causes some apprehension. But I did revert back to saying, you know, to some of those same people who had that to say, it's just, you know, read books like Ecclesiastes or like Lamentations, where it just takes a span of time, or even Job, like where it takes a span of time to get to that resolution, and look at my album as a chapter as opposed to the entire Bible. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think sometimes too, man. Like, I know I've been guilty of this. Is sometimes we'll take an individual project, and you want everything in that one project instead of an entire body of work from an artist. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, man, sometimes you're just not going to get everything you want on an album. Actually, I feel like you probably shouldn't, because you.
I'm the same way. I'm the same way though. Like, especially, I'm the same way though. Almost it felt so weird. I was like, but I'm the same way when it comes to what we do. Like, I'm not, you know, I wasn't trying to just play with people's emotions. It was more or less like, dang, you know what, I'm in a really weird spot, and I have a choice to either try to wrap this up so everybody can feel comfortable about it, or maybe for the first time in a while or ever in Christian music, I will be the one to just talk about this for several songs and put it out without justifying how I necessarily feel or even worshiping it, but saying this is a reality. And I think that a lot of people feel like this multiple times in a lot of areas. You know, how can we really, really break this down and massage it and deal with it over a course of time? And I feel like that's what I'm called to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's some redemption. You know, you hear it on the second end of this album. You hear it even in the first end. You know what I'm saying? So we not just trying to continue to lull in the space of depression.
Yeah, I mean, listen, bro, the the Fort Knox Afraid with You 50 Shades.
Yeah.
Like, that arc right there, bro.
That's it. That's the. Have you ever seen? Do you see that Revenant film with Leonardo DiCaprio?
I haven't seen it, bro. I haven't.
Okay. Have you seen the Batman series? You know we got another one coming up.
I know, man. See, I don't want to tell you the last Batman. I know, bro. Like, you embarrassing me right now, bro.
I was trying to pick something with a great climax to it, but I can't think of one. But those 3 songs are like, okay, you know, School of Roses went deep, but this album is a literal album. The last album was a bit cryptic. Those 3 songs in this album really get you like when you look, what you hear is what you hear. You know, 50 Shades is that point, at least the first half. In the second half, we start to change.
Yeah, I mean, I was listening to that. I was just like, man, this is deep right here, what he's dealing with. And I think the reality is, and I think I might even said this when we were talking about the last album, but a lot of what you're putting in that music, man, I know so many married people and even single people that go through these same type of emotions, and we don't always get to deal with them from a Christian perspective, bro. Like, you gotta go to the R&B dude to get it. You know what I mean?
But you know how it is growing up in church, bro. Like, how often did you get to see like just the dude? Like, it's almost like you had to present yourself at the altar, like in some way. And it's like, man, I'm jacked up. Yep. I really just want to just come up here and just be jacked up, but I got to put a suit on first.
Yeah.
And be like, and be kind of like safe, jacked up in front of people. But like on some real, like, you don't care about all of that. Like, and honestly, God doesn't care about all of that. He just sees a sheep. And I do know the responsibility again to put a suit on these struggles. And so you hear me do it. It's very exquisite. It's very honorable. I ain't on the records just cursing going off. But I got some real stuff to deal with, man. And y'all finna hear about it.
Man, but how about, but here's my thing, Chris. How about the fact that a lot of times it's not even just like the guy off the street that's dealing with that. A lot of times it's the guy in the choir stand, or it's the guy in the pulpit, or it's the guy sitting on the front row, or the guy in the back counting the money, or the guy on the usher ministry, or whatever your church got, security ministry. We all dealing with that stuff.
It's the president. It's your favorite preacher. It's your favorite author that you have all of their books. It's your favorite artist. It's your favorite singer. It's your favorite parent, bro. Like, it's your mentor.
Yeah.
It's your circle. I said the line in 50 Shades, and I stand by it. It was, please come clean before you compare. That's it. We dropping them lyrics this weekend, bro. So it's gonna get realer.
But see, we leave our wounded out on the field a lot of times, bro.
Of course.
You know what I
we
mean?
We tell everybody out there, and then we like, I can't believe it.
Yeah.
And it'd be while we loading our guns to shoot at them.
Man.
Like, how? That crazy? Yeah.
It's real crazy, bro. It's real.
I mean, we could do a whole segment on this, bro. I mean, a series, if you will. But I just wanted to be honest with where I am. I don't want to struggle all my life with the same issues. It's not that I'm enjoying it because of the music I get to create. It's just that while I'm here, I feel God closer than ever, and I want to share that and show that this salvation is real. Yeah,
that's good, bro. That's good. How are things in your life now, man, with these transitions? You know what I'm saying? The major label, the new situation, you know, your time is different. You're moving around a lot. You're doing a lot of shows. Yeah. And I mean, obviously, you know, you talk about a lot of this stuff in the music, but that was also recorded in a period of time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like I said, I think that overall, and I wouldn't lie to you, bro. I mean, I think overall everything's progressive.
It's good.
Seriously, it's just I've been given a lot, and much is required of me. So, for the first time in my life, I think I'm able to start to develop some decisions on my own, as opposed to what everybody may or may not think I should be doing. You know, and having more people around me to help guide me through that actually understand my life, as opposed to, there was a lot of times before, over the past 3 years, where I felt like, I was typecasted or being pigeonholed or categorized, and that was not comfortable. And you know how it is, man. Nobody can really tell you how you feel about a situation better than you can.
Yeah.
And it's hard to find out who's for you, who's against you. I've had to learn a lot of politics. I've had to learn a lot about the industry, and in turn, bro, this industry, it kills people, right?
Yeah.
Like it'll tear you. Like, I don't know if people really realize that. Just because you stamp Jesus' name on it doesn't mean that it's any easier. Like, a lot of times in the church and in the Christian music industry, like, you find some of the worst situations, and it's all because we're all human, and you have to learn to navigate through that. And the character that God is producing in us is something that's going to be tested. And I just am grateful, bro, that I have a circle around me, a tight-knit circle that keeps me accountable, but also allows me to be myself. And it's been great, man. God is ever present in my life, in my family, in my career, every aspect. We have something to do, and I feel healthier than I have in the past.
That's good, bro.
And I'm still struggling.
Hey, but it sounds like you just like you said, man, you progressing though. So that's, and I think, man, if some of us are honest, all of us are honest, we all got struggles in some area of our life, bro.
It's a pinwheel effect. Yeah. My career, particularly, the momentum has been slow, but look at the fruit, man. Like, it's evident, and I could not have done anything to make this album do anything, but I'm so grateful to have fans, to have RCA, to have Kirk, to have For Your Soul. Like, look at what Kirk has gone through recently, and how it was perfect timing for this record, like, for it to be important. And he's been talking to me a lot about how special the album is to him. Man, something different is happening right now. I'm not finna miss it, nor am I gonna let my fans miss it.
Yeah. What's your relationship with Kirk been like, man? I think a lot of people are wondering about that, bro.
Yeah, it's been more personal than anything. We've talked a lot about life. That's the most vaguest thing to say, but I mean, just consider the different aspects of it. So we talk a lot about marriage. We talk a lot about the industry. We talk a lot about, just personal life and issues and struggles and music and whatever. Like, just the journey. Kirk is really like an uncle to me. If we look at age, and I would even say more like an older brother, because he's not that old.
Yeah.
One of my closest friends is, who has been my mentor for years, is the same age as Kirk. So most of my friends are older than me, like, 10, 12, 14 years older than me.
Yeah.
And it's been good to have another one added to the fold who is so plugged into the current vibe of music in general, not just Christian music and not just the church, but he gets all of it. Nothing about the relationship feels contrived, and I'm honored to be able to, and I still look up to him as a boss and as an icon. So I think we're getting closer.
That's dope. That's real dope, bro.
He's hilarious, bro. He's like a black Michael Scott from The Office.
He's like that?
Yeah, we're really like corny. It's when we get on the phone, like, we joke, we miss each other's jokes. It's awkward moments. You know me, bro.
Oh man. Yeah, that's got to be real crazy, bro.
Yeah, man.
This is one thing I got to get this in too, bro. I heard some influence from your brother in your flow a little bit, bro.
Which one?
From Taylor.
From what song?
Stop Me.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's interesting.
I heard a little Taylor in that, bro.
How so?
I think it's the voice inflections.
Well, Taylor and I, for a long time, we had a group for 8 years.
Yeah.
You was around for that.
Yep.
And for a long time, people would listen and say that they couldn't tell who was who.
Couldn't tell you apart, right?
So what we decided to do, okay, when we would get on songs together, was I said, well, I'm the younger brother. I'm going to go ahead and make my voice higher, and I'm going to maintain this heavy New York accent. And that's what I started to do. So my voice was always higher than his. He did more of the common sense type vibe. I did more of the most deaf. So we get on the track together and be like, you know the song what to do, like, dude, I wonder what's something I'm gonna move. Like, it'd be really like high pitched. Well, Taylor's not around when I'm doing these records. So now that you hear me on consistent space, like, I'm doing more of what I want to do. And I think you just heard a lower tone. I was very serious. It was very like, I want to almost sound emotionless when I'm on these records. And I think Stop Me was very much like, I'm not playing with y'all. So you probably did hear a little bit of Taylor in that, because Taylor got an attitude when he's rhyming.
Right.
He's low-key preaching to you, and he's writing an article for Reform African American Network about racial reconciliation, all while he's spitting some bars. Like, so I mean, Taylor taught me how to rhyme. You know, he's my brother. We got similar inflections. We do similar things. I think it's just my way of saying it's time to make an Elevations album.
That would be dope. But you know what's funny, man, is the last time me and him did an interview, he talked about how much, even though he's the big brother, he still looks up to you musically in a lot of different ways. And I thought that was interesting because, you know, I got kids, man. I got 2 boys, and the older brother, he never want to let the younger brother get anything, nothing. So I guess it changes when you get older, but, you know.
Well, I think he's still like that in certain ways, but we've tried to develop a friendship and a closeness and I think that's always showcased in respect. Like, I respect my brother, he respects me. We have different strengths. You know, he's the one telling me how to operate when I'm going through a lot of the stuff during the transition, and it's making me super emotional. You know what I'm saying? Because there was a lot going on that was damaging to me behind the scenes, and he's telling me how to deal with that. On the flip side, I'm telling him who he needs to work with. You know what I'm saying? I'm suggesting him to people, and on the flip side, he's telling me what I should think about and how to retain my authenticity as an artist. And, hey, Chris, don't drop your Stevie influence, you know, just because you're doing, you know. And then on the flip side, I'm telling him, you know, don't be a scientist every time you rhyme. Like, sometimes just get it to them a little simpler because it's going to go over their heads, you know. And so we dance back and forth, even spiritually. Like, I think I had a big hand in getting my brother to Christ. And on the flip side, he's kept me accountable.
Wow.
Where I am in my life now. So it's a good relationship.
Man, that's dope, bro. That's dope. It's funny, man, because it's like sometimes you see families, man, and you know, brother and sister don't speak, or brother and brother don't speak because of whatever, and you guys have always had that closeness, bro, as long as I've known you, at least, you know?
Yeah, I mean, we went through a little gap. Just I'm 2 years behind him, so when I got to high school, when I was in 10th grade, he was a senior, you know, and I was in his shadow.
Oh, he just didn't want food with you then.
Well, it's funny because when I came to high school, he was super popular already, and I just adopted the popularity shadow. Like, it was like, oh, that's Taylor's little brother, and so I didn't need him. Like, I have my own circle of. So we were kind of disconnected. He went to college 2 years before I did, and it was wilding out. But then, like, as soon as I was done, I went and was wilding out with him. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then I came and got him. So now he's 2 steps ahead of me, man. You know, he's pastoring a church now.
Yeah,
we're kind of the opposite of each other's extremes. I'm extremely into the music industry, but he still does music. He's extremely into the church world, and I'm in that as well. Like, so who knows, man? It's a great time to be almost 30.
Man, so let me just back up to something you said, because I don't want to just let that moment pass. We might really see an elevation this album.
We've been talking about it, man. I can't make any promises because I am on a major. So, you know, I'm not sure what the plan is. I know we got a lot of things to still work out for this album. Like, this was not just going to be a slow drop. We're going to be working this for a while.
Yeah.
Don't be surprised if you hear 50 Shades on a movie that's not 50 Shades, or you know, Afraid with You on some big radio platform. I'm just speaking purely out of faith.
Yeah.
But we got a lot of work to still do on the record. we want to work it a little bit longer than the last one. And so, in the meantime, I'm writing like crazy. I've already got about 7 or 8 songs for the next album.
Sheesh.
I can't stop, bro. Like it feels like a gift and a curse. Like it's just so much more to do and say with other artists as well. And Taylor, when we write together, it's therapy. It teaches us about ourselves, and we have not done that since probably 2009. So we'll see what we have to bring to the table now. It may not be time yet, but when it happens, the game gonna shut down, bro. Like everything's gonna go lights out for about 3 months.
Man, who were producing those Elevationist records, bro?
Most of the time it was me.
Wow, really?
Yeah, bro. Like the early stuff was like 95% me, and I listen to that stuff now, and I'm still proud of it because I knew I didn't have a lot to work with. You know, I never quantized my beats, bro. Like it was like you hear the delay before the one comes back in, but you just heard my stuff was mad musical and jazzy. Like we try to rhyme over. It was very jazzy.
Like, that part I do remember.
Yeah, you know, but that was the singer and me trying to come out through production. You know what I'm saying? So we were pushing the envelope on how musical hip hop could be, like way before we knew. And we had a band before anybody I knew had one. A full band with a saxophone player, bro. Like traveling.
Crazy.
So yeah, man, that was me, and I was glad to touch some more production on this album to get back in the game.
Man. You're going to have everybody going out and copping that Necessary, brother.
Let me make sure I still got that, got the paperwork all locked in for that back catalog. Get a little messy. We dropped that in 07. Let me make sure I got them split sheets worked out. We're going to have a lot of people coming out the woodwork for that one, Wade.
Oh, man. Especially, I'm gonna leave it alone, but especially when they see some of the features on here, though. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I'm gonna let it be, though. I'm gonna let that breathe. I'm gonna let them go to iTunes, and you know what I mean?
Causing trouble right now. Causing trouble.
Oh, that's
man.
good, brother. That's good, man. That's good, bro. Well, listen, man. I know you'll probably be hitting the road at some point this year, man, and
yeah, we got a lot of one-offs scheduled out through the year. I mean, I'm booked up all the way through I think up to July now.
Nice.
We just booked a couple more for June, and I'm good with that. You know, would I like to be on the front end of a tour? Yes, but I want this music to continue to resonate, and I just want God to keep opening up these doors. No pun intended.
I'm with you. One other question too, man. I saw some pics with you and Andy. Look like y'all was in the studio, man. Y'all cooking something?
Oh yeah. Well, I went to I was on my promo run and stopped by New York and just hit the homie up and showed him. It was my first time playing the album for him, and he as always had a slew of stuff that he was cooking. And just to pay respect to him, I don't know if he even wants me to share like who was producing and stuff, but I mean it was fire. It was fire, and I sat down with him, and Angie Rose was even in the room, and we was cooking, man. It was cool. It was cool. You know, the New York crew, I always try to see everybody when I'm up there, and I ain't hit you because I knew you was probably tired of coming down from Jersey, and then we was gonna do an interview soon, and you already heard the record, so it wasn't nothing new to talk about.
Yeah.
But we'll get up. I'll be up there soon.
Nah, definitely. I'm about to be out there Easter, bro.
Oh, word,
For a couple
bro.
days.
You know, we got some stuff to cook, man.
Yeah, man.
I told you we need a new intro for the show, and like I said, I got your text on the feature stuff. I know you got some stuff in the works, bro. I ain't forgot about you.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, we probably should do a new intro song, brother. Especially since you saying it publicly now, too, man. Now we really got to do it because people going to be like, what's up with it?
Hey, you know, if it don't happen, you can play this back. You can just send me this as a voicemail. Like, where you at, Chris?
Where you at?
You know I'm down, homie. We got nothing but time now.
Oh, man, that's good, bro. Well, listen, man, I just want to say, bro, I'm happy for you, dude. Like, this has been a grind. Like, I can't wait till they do your Behind the Music someday, your documentary about
You'll be in it.
your whole, well, bro, listen, man, you've been at this thing for a minute. You know what I'm saying? And this is just the start. Like, that's what's crazy about it. Like, I think a lot of times people think people just be overnight sensations, man. It's like, you've been at this even longer than even the collision stuff. You know what I mean? Like, so.
Yeah. You'll be in that. And, I'll just say this to close from my standpoint. It's worth it. You know, all of this is worth it.
Yeah.
We're fighting for something here. And for me, I'm fighting for glory, not only for myself, but actually not for myself, but for my family and for my fans. And that takes time. So thank you for being on the journey, bro.
Hey, man, it's been a blessing to be a part of it and even to watch a lot of it, man. It encourages me. It inspires me, bro.
Yes, sir. Let's keep it moving.
Inspires me, man. So appreciate you, brother. And if y'all don't got the Glory album, man, make sure y'all go get it. Support my brother. And
yeah,
what he's doing, man.
Go get that joint.
Perfect.
On the WLAK radio show. On the WLAK radio. On the WLAK radio show. Where it's much more than music, it's ministry.